Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your Madden 17. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how I am going to go through objectives and earn myself a loyalty token. By the way, this every single Friday, so make sure you guys are doing Friday. Basically, I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to go through and do these objectives. First thing you want to do is, if you're doing it exactly like me, make sure you're going to be running Panthers offensive playbook, Raiders defensive playbook. If you guys are wondering how to run either playbooks, I actually have ebooks in both of them. The Raiders hasn't been laid out in a docs form, but if you go to my working blitzes playlist, you guys will see all my blitzes all in the Raiders playbook. And then also I have a free Carolina Panthers offensive playbook. Make sure you guys check the description below for that, and I'll show you guys how I'm going to run each play. All right, guys, so once you went ahead and change your playbook, go over to challenge. You guys can see the rookie underneath. Overall, you guys are going to see the rookie. Make sure that you also plug in 95 overall Tom Brady as your quarterback. That way you're able to unlock the 99 overall Tom Brady if you haven't already, because you have to do basically the same objectives for the most part. So make sure that you also that way you can find a way to 99 Tom Brady and get yourself your week. All right, so we're going to be starting up on defense. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys every single defensive tactic you guys are going to need to get done as soon as you start off. All right, guys, so starting off on defense, the first thing I want to show you guys how to do is solo tackles, and probably the easiest thing that you can do is just go down to special teams, click load block right, and whenever the play loads, just go ahead. What you really want to do is take this guy right here and move him back, the guy who's in the hook zone, and just what you guys are going to see that whenever they get to the line, they're actually going to audible into 4 verticals, and they're going to be throwing the ball no matter what. And then watch, when they snap the ball, just drop back and just run over to whoever catches the ball and make yourself a single tackle. That to me is the best method of making a solo tackle. Now it looks like they're running the ball here, but there's a couple different ways that I like to get the sacks done. So either you can do the nickel blitz setup, and I'll leave the description. I'll leave it in the description below. You guys are going to see. I'm going to send it in right now. But this isn't going to be the only way of getting it done if you guys don't like doing this. Here's the setup, and the video is going to be in the description below if you need help learning how to set it up. So go check the description below to be able to send the blitz to. Or alternatively, once again, nickel 2, 4, 5 even, and we're going to come out in cover 3 buzz press. So we're going to base align, and we're going to go ahead and zone out this defensive end right there. Zone this guy out, crash our defensive line to the left, and then take our free, bring him down to the line. Then we're going to blitz off the left side with him, and there you go. There's an easy sack. So now that we're going to be on offense, I'm going to show you guys the best plays to run for offense, for passing, and rushing as well. So first thing you want to do is make sure that if they're kicking the ball off to you, just go out of bounds at about the 3-yard line. That way you have as much field as possible. So once again, make sure you're in the Carolina Panthers offensive playbook, and then to go to single back and then back tight slots. I actually have a playbook, a free offensive ebook in this for the Carolina Panthers offensive playbook. So go check that out. Like I said, free ebook in the description below. Go check it out. And for the completions, because you want to do the completion before you do the passing yards, because the completions you'll get the passing yards done before the completion. Passing yards first. The most efficient way of doing it is doing completions first. We're gonna come out single back tight slots, Carolina Panthers offensive playbook. We're gonna go ahead and click mesh, and then our only reads, we're only gonna be throwing it to our Y receiver or our A receiver. We're gonna go ahead and snap the ball, and this time we're gonna dump it off to our Y receiver. Then we're gonna hold both the triggers, hit X if we're on the Xbox, or square if we're on the PlayStation. That's the best way of getting complete. We're just gonna do it over and over again until we get our 40 yards, and that is the best way of doing it. I usually just dive down before I get the first down the first 2 times, and of course right there I break forward, but I usually just get to a 3rd down every possession, and I just do this over and over again, and then no huddle, and like I said, I just do it until I complete my complete. So I would say mesh is definitely the best way of getting the completions done the quickest possible way. And then as far as complete passing yards, same thing, so back tight slots, but instead of mesh, we're gonna come out in a halfback wheel. And this is a great way of getting a bunch of yards really quick with every throw. So all we want to do is throw to our Y or our X receiver. Y is first, and then X. We're going to snap the ball. The Y receiver is open, which he is. We hit our Y receiver, pass lead to the left, and this is an easy touchdown. But I'm going to go down here because I actually don't want to score a touchdown yet. So once again, halfback wheel in this thing by tight slots count as off with the playbook. We're looking for a Y first. If that's not open, we're looking for X, and then we're looking for A, and then B. We're gonna go ahead and snap the ball, and this time Y is gonna be covered. X is wide open over the middle. So that's who we hit, and that's gonna be our completion yard. So really, you just do this all the way up and down the field until you score, or until you're in field range to kick your field goal. And then if we get too close, like this is gonna be touchdown right here. But say we go down about, of course but say we go down inside the 5-yard line, I'll usually just come out and mesh again to score my touchdown. So if you score a touchdown, or you're running out of time or something like that, like say you ran out of field but you still need more passing or rushing yards, the best way of doing that is by, after you score and you come out on defense, Go ahead and pick the same play that we do for solo tackles, but we're going to do things a little bit different this time. Go ahead and come out in load block right. Go ahead and take the only guy in coverage and we're going to go after the quarterback. We're not actually trying to get a sack. We actually want to let them score. That way we can get the ball back. We're going to go ahead and of course he can't get the ball off. Ball, there we go. And this game is so dumb. Attempt number 3 coming out in field goal block. We're trying to just let them score. That way we have more time to be able to get some rushing yards. They audible to 4 verticals. He snaps the ball and he's going to go ahead and throw it. And this time they're finally going to be able to trot on in their 4th touchdown. And we're going to get the ball back and have chances to go ahead and score more touchdowns or get more rushing touchdowns or yards, whatever. Once again, when we receive it, we're just going to go ahead and run back, give ourselves some more yards to work with. Caught out of bounds at about the 1. So my favorite way of getting these by going, we're going to do the rushing yards. By the way, now I probably should have elaborated that, but I'm going to go ahead and go to gun and go to tray Y flex, and it's going to come out in inside zone in the gun tray Y flex Carolina Panthers offensive playbook. And this to me is the best running play for stuff like this, because there's really no way of getting stopped on the line of scrimmage. Like in tosses and in stretches and power rows, there's a chance that you could stop on the line of scrimmage. Inside zone, there's absolutely zero chance of getting stopped on the line of scrimmage. That time we run into our block, we're just going to go ahead and no huddle. We're just going to run inside zone a couple times. You guys are going to see that I'm going to average a lot of yards per carry, especially up against the rookie difficulty. This is just a great way of getting a whole bunch of yards quick. What was that block? We're going to be running inside zone out of the same exact same formation. We're going to run it one more time. I'm going to show you guys another run play that I like to run. And just go ahead and cut to the outside. Now I know I just made the play look very bad 3 times in a row, but I promise you this is the play that I run the majority of the time. This time we're going to cut it to the outside. We should be able to cut it to the outside. That we are, and everyone's going to pick up a block. We're going to have the stick skills, and we're going to be able to score a touchdown here. But I actually don't want to score a touchdown here. I'm going to go out of bounds. That way I can show you guys other running plays. I showed you guys inside zone out of the gun tray Y flex, but also I'm going to come out in the I form pro. I'm just going to go ahead and run the toss. I'm going to go ahead and put LaShawn McCoy in. This is another great way, and this is going to give you a lead block with your fullback as well, so you can put pretty big guys in. And I'll usually just move my fullback in motion to be able to throw a lead block a little bit better. And this is another great way of getting a lot of rushing yards really quick. And we're actually going to be able to score a touchdown here as well. That is actually it. We went over completions. We went over passing yards and touchdowns as far as that. We went over rushing yards and rushing touchdowns. We went over solo tackles. We went over sacks, and we went over goals. So this is going to be the method for all of those objectives listed. Able to get your token every single. So hopefully this helped you guys out. If it did, definitely give a like, comment, subscribe. Be sure to follow me on Twitter. It's going to be down in the description below. Don't forget to check out the links in the description below for the Nickel Blitz 2 and the Carolina Panthers offensive playbook. And as always, guys,